Let's talk shaky head worms for bass fishing. Today I'm going to be showing you how to rig up and fish a shaky head worm just like this. So if you find anything informative in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I will be doing more tip videos like this in the future. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Now at face value, this may seem just like another dumb way to rig a worm. There's Texas rig, wacky rig, drop shot. There's so many different ways to rig a worm. Why would you want to do something like this? Well, it's simple. This rig right here catches big fish. So before I get into how to tie it and how to rig it and everything, I'm going to talk a little bit about this rig specifically and why I think it's one of the best ways to rig a worm for bass fishing. So the basis of this worm, you cast it out and it sits perfectly straight up and down on the bottom. The head design is flat so that whenever it hits the bottom, the worm sticks straight up. So that means it's perfect for flipping in rocks, trees, other areas of cover where that worm will just sit straight up and down and you can hop it back. That is what sets this worm aside from, let's say, a Texas rig or a weightless rig, other ways to rig a worm. So now I've told you a little bit about what this worm does. Let me show you how to tie it on. Now, all you're gonna need for this rig is a shaky head like this and a worm like this. This is a Zoom Magnum trick worm. You can use a Senko, you can use regular trick worm. I mean, you can use really whatever you want, but I typically use Magnum trick worms. So you're gonna take the shaky head, and this is pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna take your segment of line, run it right through the eye, just like you would any hook. Now, for this knot, I am tying the improved clinch knot. If you don't know how to tie this knot, click right up there, and there is a link to a tutorial video I did on how to tie this knot. So we're gonna go and tie the improved clinch knot right on to this shaky head. Now you've got your line tied on here like this, you're gonna notice a screw. Every shaky head is gonna have a screw just like this right below this hook. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your worm just like this. You're just gonna simply take the end of the worm, the big end of the worm, you're gonna put it on the screw, and you are just going to insert the screw right there and spin the worm right on, and you're gonna notice that screw is gonna hold that worm. There we go, kind of make sure it's on there right. Now from this point, it's literally as though you've just inserted an EWG hook. You're gonna take the worm, push it up a little bit, bury that hook inside, and there you go. A beautifully rigged up shaky head that is ready to go. Now a lot of people ask me, you know, this worm's really long for this hook. Yes, that is the case. This worm is a very long worm. Now what I like to do in situations like this, I love to have some liquid mayhem on the side. This stuff right here works wonders. It's essentially a shad scent, and what I like to do, and I'm not actually going to do it because I'm not trying to clean up a mess. You're gonna take some of this liquid mayhem and put it anywhere from right here up to the hook. You're gonna spread it all around there, all sides, everything, because those fish will then hone in on the head of the worm. Whenever it's standing straight up and down on the bottom like this, those fish are gonna hone in right here and they're gonna focus their bites right there. So I love to put liquid mayhem or any type of scent right down here. So now you've got a shaky head rigged up and ready to go. Where are you gonna fish this thing? Well, I can tell you that I just started fishing the shaky head this year. Beforehand, I would just throw a Texas rig or just something else, any other weighted rig besides this. I didn't have any confidence in this at all. So I'm gonna give you guys a few of my tips on where I would throw a shaky head. Now, most of my success with this thing has actually come in flipping brush in trees. I don't know what it is about this thing fluttering down to the bottom through branches of trees, but bass freaking hate it. Love it, hate it, they eat it. I've caught some of my biggest fish of the year, including my biggest fish of the year and third biggest bass ever on a shaky head just flipping trees. In fact, I'll roll a clip of my biggest bass of the year that I caught on a shaky head right now. That's a dude, that's a big one. That's a giant. This is a huge fish. It's probably gonna be like 2 pounds.
Oh, that's a nice one.
How is it? Oh my god. Holy dude. Dude, how big is that?
Oh, that's gonna be 6, 7. I'm gonna hop on the phone with this.
Woo! So as you can see with that fish, a very solid 6-pound, 8-ounce bass. bit the shaky head. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are not throwing shaky heads yet, you're like, oh, you know, I don't really want to do it, you know, I'll throw a texture instead. Try it. Now, one thing I will tell you is not to throw it in grass. Some people may argue against me. Throw it in grass, it works. I don't know what it is about throwing shaky heads in grass. I've had luck before. Like, I've caught some nice fish throwing this in grass, but typically if you got a bunch of grass in the pond, this thing just seems to be a lawnmower. It brings in all the freaking grass and you can't catch any fish. So I don't know, some people may argue against it. Practice it yourself and see if you're catching fish in grass, go for it. But for me, I haven't had any luck on it. Most of the shaky heads I've bought have been 3/8 or 5/8 ounce shaky heads. I know a lot of people that will downsize to really small shaky heads, but for me, I've really liked the super heavy shaky heads that will sit on the bottom every single time. They're not gonna, you know, fall over anything. They are heavy enough where they will sit perfectly straight up and down no matter what. I know some conditions don't really call for it, they just shoot to the bottom, but whenever I'm flipping trees, I'm not too worried about it. If they aren't eating a really heavy one, I will switch up to a lighter one just so that it'll have more time to kind of float down through the water. Also, I know many people throw shaky heads on rocks. Now, I personally haven't got to do that yet, but I know that it is a very viable location to throw a shaky head. So I don't know, I can't give you guys any tips on something that I don't know, and I'm not gonna do that, but I've heard it works. So now I want to pass off the question to you guys. What is your biggest fish on a shaky head? Where do you like fishing it? What baits do you like to throw on it? What colors? What weights? Tell me what you like to do so I can try it out for myself and so that everybody else that clicked on this video can also learn a thing or two. So go ahead and drop a comment down below. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about it. Really quickly, I want to talk about my Instagram page. So if you've been following me for long enough, you know that I have an Instagram at jmiller1031 right there. Make sure to go check it out. Because I can't post daily videos because of college, I want to make sure I'm posting at least daily fishing content on my Instagram, whether it be behind the scenes clips, just pictures, fish that I catch, stuff that I can't show on the YouTube just because it doesn't make sense to me in the videos. I will share it on my Instagram. So guys, make sure to go check that out. Leave it a follow if you want to see more content from me. But I just want to give you guys a quick little PSA just because I've been working really hard on the Instagram lately. That's going to do it. Those are my tips on how to fish a shaky head worm. Again, if you learned something out of this video, hit that subscribe button right there and turn on notifications. I have plenty of other tip videos on my channel. In fact, I'll link a playlist right up there where I have plenty of other tip videos that not many channels will cover. In fact, some of these are exclusive to my channel. So make sure to go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tip video, and until next time, JH Miller 1 out. See ya.